everyone. I hope you're all doing very well. I got a lot of requests to see the recipe for the quick stir fry that I posted the other day. It was a meatless version. It was a Friday, so we weren't eating meat. But I just thought I would film it since I'm making it today and you guys can see how easy it is. So I'm going to turn my camera here so you get a little bit better view. There you go. It is kind of like a stir fry, but I'm not going to get out my wok. You can actually use any frying pan to make this. It's super easy. This is the Pampered Chef pan, which really contains a lot of heat, or keeps a lot of the heat in, so it's really good for this as well. But I've already put a little bit of toasted sesame seed oil in there, and I'm going to add in my onions. I do a big chop on the onions when I'm making this because all of us eat this, but not everyone in the family likes the onions, so it makes it easier to pull out. I'm going to put the onions in, a little of the salt, pepper, and garlic mixture that I always use, which, in case you haven't watched one before, it's a cup of black pepper, a cup of garlic powder, and half a cup of kosher salt. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of garlic paste. This is 2 tablespoons of garlic paste here. I'm going to add that in and let that all cook down. I'm going to let those onions get nice and soft and caramelized up a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so these have cooked down really well. They're nice and caramelized, they're soft. So at this point, you have a couple options. So if you have like leftovers, you can put any type of vegetable in there. You can put a mushroom in there, really any type of meat. I'm gonna add chicken in today. If you want a pepper, like a jalapeno pepper, you can add those in. So this here is really just the base. You can kind of add whatever you want in here from this point. So today I'm going to add chicken. The one that I posted was during Lenten season, so there wasn't any meat in it. But we've had Easter, so I'm going to add my meat in. This meat was already cooked, it was chopped up. So if you have like leftover chicken from a previous meal, you can just chop that up and throw that in there. And at this point, you're really just kind of heating it up because it's already cooked. So I'm gonna let that heat up really well with all of the sesame seed oil and the onions. There's, remember, the garlic in there and a little bit of salt. And I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the noodle. My noodle is already cooked. You can see here. You can use any kind of noodle you really like. If you have spaghetti, you can use a spaghetti noodle. This is actually a Filipino style noodle. It's gonna heat the noodle. They use this, keep it cold in your fridge, so it does have an expiration date, but there is a dry version. You can get this at Ranch 99, probably some other places too, but you can use this for a stir fry or for any type of ramen. It's a really good noodle. We love the texture. So this is what I'm going to use today. It's already been cooked. You basically boil water, you drop it in for 1 minute, and you take it out and rinse it with cold water so it doesn't keep cooking, because it's going to cook some more when you put it in a dish. So you want to make sure you stop it from boiling. That's why you got to add that cold water. But you can use a spaghetti noodle. You can really kind of use any noodle you like as far as angel hair spaghetti, but you don't want to use like a linguine or something like that. The texture is going to be kind of funky. So, change your view. So this is cooking up nice. Let me see here. So what I'm going to do now is add these in. Break them up a little bit. The heat will break them up too, but break them up a little bit since I have a nice little brick that I put in there. Perfect. I'm gonna let those heat up. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the salt and pepper mixture. And once these heat up a little bit, we're going to throw in the soy sauce and a couple other things. So I'm gonna give these a minute to heat up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so these have been heating for about, I guess 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm gonna add my soy sauce. Now this is a mushroom soy sauce. It's not just a regular soy sauce, but you can use any soy sauce your family likes. Remember, it's gonna be very salty, so you wanna just add a little bit at a time. I just do a little swoosh and then blend it all together. Make sure all of the noodles are really coated well. All of the soy sauce got kind of mixed in. This was plenty that I added. And remember, soy sauce, there's a low sodium version, but even that low sodium version is super salty. So you don't want to just throw a ton in. You want to just do a little bit at a time until you make sure you have the amount that you like. Remember, these noodles are already cooked, so we're really just reheating them, and they're pretty hot at this point. I'm going to top them up with some sesame seeds, kind of my topper there. Let those cook in for just a few minutes, and I'm actually going to add a little bit more because we really like the sesame seeds. Stir them up, and then I'm going to add just a pinch of white pepper. So this white pepper is super potent. It's not quite like black pepper. It has a little bit of a kick to it. So I add just a little bit, and then I stir that in as well. I can, just a little bit I added, I can smell. Really open everything up. So this is kind of done. At this point, if I'm making it for the family, I would pull out, make sure my flame's off, pull out whatever those of us that don't like it spicy is going to eat, and then I'll keep cooking by adding in these little dried chilies. I break them up and add them in there for whoever likes it spicy, because that adds a nice kick. But you can use kind of whatever you want. You can dice up a jalapeno in the beginning. You can add mushrooms. You can add stir-fry vegetables. You can really kind of add whatever you want. The onions and the noodles is kind of just the base. You can add anything that you like in there. That's why we eat it a lot on Fridays, because it's really tasty without meat. But once you start making it, you can kind of play with it a little bit. Add some meat in there if you like. Like this one has chicken in it that was from the day before. So it's a really good way to kind of repurpose leftovers. And I'll give you a closer look, and then we'll plate. Okay, so we threw in some sesame seed oil. Our onions, we got those cooked down. We did a bigger chop, so anyone that doesn't like onions can pull them out, because our family all likes different things. We added a little bit of our salt and pepper and garlic mixture and some garlic paste. Once those were cooked down, we added in some cubed chicken, and then we added in our noodles. We added in our, for this one in particular, a Filipino style chow mein noodle, but you can use any noodle that you like, and spaghetti works really well as a replacement. Got it nice and heated up. Added a little bit of white pepper and sesame seeds, and at this point, if you want something a little bit spicier, you can add some Thai chilies in there. You can kind of do a lot of things, but this is what we have for lunch. Okay, so I started plating. You can see there it is there. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything in the bowl. I'm gonna add some green onions on the top as a garnish. A lot of times if I'm plating, I like to plate here for the for dinner. So if I'm plating someone that's having the spicy version, I'll do a little topper like this, so they kind of know what's going on. But otherwise, this is it. Super easy to make. I'm glad all of you were interested in how it was put together, but very easy. It really takes all of, 5 or 6 minutes. It's a good way to reuse your leftovers. So I hope you guys like it. I love getting the text that shows what you guys are making with these recipes. I look forward to seeing this one. I'm sure you guys will add some new things in there and vary it up a little bit. So I'd like to see what that is. Hope you're all doing well. I know that we've been extended on this stay at home, and but hopefully it'll pass sooner than later. If you guys need anything, please reach out. Otherwise, send me some texts, and when you guys make it, I'd love to see what you guys do that's different, and we'll talk in a bit. Bye.